Before we proceed with our discussion, kindly open your cameras. So before we proceed, I'll be sharing my screen. Let me know if visible na po si on your end. Kindly inform me po. Visible na po ba ang ating screen? So while I set up my writing pad, yan, thank you. Can you open your cameras for those students who are not yet um, opening their camera? Okay, so for this meeting, we'll be dealing with rotary drill bits. Meron pala ako nito, wait lang. Saglit lang ha. I-check ko lang if I have this. Okay, so yan. It's a good thing that we can do both ways for this, for our lecture notes and as well as the presentation. Okay, so let's define first what is a drill bit. No? So since we'll be dealing with chapter 2, which is about rotary drill bits, kaya sa tinawag na rotary, it's more of this drill bit is subjected to rotation. So these drill bits is the tool used to crush or cut the rock. So this is the very basic definition of a drill bit. No, so everything other drilling directly or indirectly that assists the bit in crushing uh, or cutting the rock. So technically, the drill bit is the direct tool that makes us cut or crush a rock. So meron tayong mga indirect equipments or direct tools that cut the rock. No. So one of the basic example based on the discussion that we had is yung drill collar. So ano yung nagiging indirect effect niya in crushing or cutting the rock. So technically this drill collar along with heavyweight drill pipe and every type of drill pipe, they contribute weight, no. So this weight is defined or yung kanyang term na ginagamit is the WOB or the weight on bit. So yeah. So you have learned again a new term, the WOB. So the WOB is the weight on the bit. So most bits work by scraping or crushing the rock. So technically, iba't ibang type ng bit, iba-iba po yung cutting mechanism. So later on, we'll be dealing with such. No? So those are some of the definitions. that is associated with drill bit. So let me share this screen. So this presentation was shared to me by Engineer Arnel Molina, and this is based on the SLB or the Schlumberger company. So for this one, we have the contents, the objectives, the bit types, bit design, rock failure mechanism. So yun yung tinatawag ko sa inyo kanina, binabanggit ko sa inyo kanina with regards to different types, different failure mechanism. Drill bit classification, bit selection, bit evaluation, and bit performance. Okay. So these are just some of the specific objectives. By the end of the section, you should be able to learn or to recognize different bit types, to describe various design considerations, select bits and for various formation types and drilling conditions. So for formation types, since we're familiar with different types of formation based on its hardness, so kaya nga prereq natin yung formation evaluation, no? Since we'll be dealing with such concepts regarding the specific course. Then we also have grade bits using the International Association for Drilling Contractor dull grading system. We will be using also the IADC code to describe and compare the bits and identify important operational aspects that affect bit performance. Okay. So we have here the first type of our bit, which is a roller cone bit. Specifically, it is a mill tooth bit. So roller cone. From the term roller cone, it is subdivided. Meron tayo ditong tatlo. Normally tatlo siya, pero may mga cases na dalawa or isa lang siya. But still, yung cone na ito, it is rolling in terms of its mechanism, umiikot or nagro-roll po siya. So this one specifically is a milled tooth bit. So ano yung naging distinction niya from the other? So yung milled tooth, yan, yung kanya pong tooth is somehow triangular in shape. Kita nyo yan. If we are to compare, I think there is a specific type sa under roller cone pa rin. Ito naman is tungsten carbide yung kanyang nagsaserve as bits. Itong insert bits. Ito. Yan yung mga bilog-bilog or it's somehow circular in nature. Okay. Next, this is a tungsten carbide insert bit. Then we also have the first type, the first specific type of a fixed scatter bit. For the fixed scatter bit, we have the first one, it's natural diamond bit. So ito yung tsura niya. No. So literally, that's a diamond. No. So it's a synthetic, but it is natural based on its definition or based on its description. Ito yung kanyang top view and bottom view and another point of view for this particular bit. We have another type of a fixed scatter bit, which is PDC or the polycrystalline diamond compact bit. So in terms of the teeth, yung nagsasalbing teeth niya is itong mga PDC or the polycrystalline diamond compacts. Okay, so fixed scatter siya kasi this particular part hindi po siya nagro-rotate, so fixed po siya, kaya siya under the fixed scatter bit. Na ito yung other design of a PDC bit. So it could be in different or various design. Basta yung pinagkapareho lang niya is in terms of the bit or yung insert na ginamit which is in PDC. And we also have the TSP or the thermally stable polycrystalline diamond bit. So for this type of bit or yung TSP, from the term thermally stable. So technically this is applied on a high temperature setting. High. So it can withstand high or abnormal temperature conditions. High pa. So yun po yung specific application of this TSP. So yun, the TSP can be in this design or in this form also. So hindi lang po siya focus sa isang design. So it's yung kanyang pangalan or yung description po niya, it's just based on the material being used. So this material specifically is a polycrystalline diamond wherein it is thermally stable. Okay. We also have these diamond impregnated bits. So technically, naka-impregnate yung ating diamonds for this bit, no? And as you can see, mas malawak yung surface area niya. na nako-contact with the formation itself. Okay. So, yun yung nagiging difference niya for this. Okay. So, as you can see here, we have a family tree. Sabihin na natin siyang family tree for the drill bits. So, yung two major type is the roller cone. We also have the fixed cutter bit, no? So, under fixed cutter, it could be PDC or diamond. Okay, so diamond, mayroon siyang tatlong different types. Specifically, natural diamond, TSP, or the thermally stable polycrystalline diamond, and also the impregnated diamond. Then for the roller cone, it could be it could be subdivided into two. And these two, parehas po sila na pwedeng roller bearing or journal bearing. Ano? So, in terms of the bearing, siya ba ay nagro-roll or siya ba ay journal in nature? So, let's example, we have here a fixed cutter bit, specifically a drag bit. So, yung kanyang material na ginamit is PDC. So, it is a fixed cutter and under po siya ng PDC. So, more of ano lang to. Yung nomenclature for each type of bit na ginagamit. So, for fixed cutter or yung PDC natin, meron po siyang kanya-kanya or iba't ibang laki in terms of the diameter. So, it's from 19 millimeter up until 8 millimeter. So, as you can see, hindi po fixed yung kanyang discrepancy or yung difference from each unit or each type or each laki nung ating PDC. Okay, so yan. Yan, so ito naman ay more of ano lang, kumbaga parang tinatrack lang natin kung anong type siya. Yung natural diamond, syempre it is part of the diamond, fixed cutter, and a drill. So, more of tracking lang ito. So, yung ginagamit po natin for the cutting element is literally a natural diamond. From the term natural, so basically it's based on the mining, yung mga mine na diamond. No, so these natural diamonds can be categorized based on its size, based on its shape, and also its quality. No, so for quality, it's more of based sa nagiging origin ng diamond. No, syempre sa pagtaas ng pressure nung origin ng diamond, sa pagganda ng quality niya kasi it's more of pressurized diamond. No, yung diamond kasi is nabubuo siya due to extreme conditions in terms of the pressure and temperature. So, pag ganda ng quality is pag extreme nung pinanggalingan, nung condition doon sa pinanggalingan ng diamond. Yeah. So, these are just some of the tracking of types. For fixed cutter bit, yung cutting element po niya is ganito. So, it's more of a drag bit. Ganito yung tsura niya. It could be in triangular in shape or it could be circular in shape. Based on, depending on the design that you are to So, yung design po niya is naka-base din. Depende sa formation type na ating i-drill. No? So, may kanya-kanya po siyang assignment. Yan. Impregnated bit. For impregnated bits, meron tayong bit blades that is impregnated with grinded, powdered, or granular natural diamond. So, technically, it's a fixed cutter bit impregnated po, literal na naka-impregnate. Kumbaga para siyang yung concept or context niya is somehow related with conglomerate rock. So, meron siyang specific matrix na ginagamit, kung anong material ang ginagamit, then naka-impregnate yung mga diamonds at random. I think this is a random For this example, more of a random yung paglalagay nung location for the impregnation. Yeah, we have alternative names for the roller cone bit. It could be tricone kung siya ay tatlo. This is, if you could notice, there is a TM or yung nakalagay sa TM. That's pertinent trademark. So, technically, specific company yung nag-own, literal na nag-own for that name, yung tricone. Parang yung sa Frappuccino. Technically, yung trademark po siya ng Starbucks. Ganon. Gets nyo naman siguro yun Kung maga-trademark siya, literally, it's based on that company. I'm not quite sure kung anong company mismo yung ano nitong Tricone. No? Kasi may trademark siya or kumbaga may copyright yung company na yun at that particular name. Yan. So as you can see, this is a first type of a roller cone bit wherein yung gamit po is milltooth bits. So ito yung milltooth, more of ano siya, triangular in shape and sharp siya in nature, medyo sharp compared sa insert. Yung insert, actually yung insert merong mga cases na medyo sharp din siya pero more of, kita nyo naman yung difference between the two for milltooth and the insert. Okay. So one of the problem na na-encounter for this type of bit, yung milltooth, is yung tinatawag nating hard facing. No? So by definition, let's define hard facing based on this one. Yung naging common bit issue natin for a fixed scatter bit, lalo dito sa milltooth. No? So hard facing by definition is a metal working process where harder or tougher material is applied to a weaker base metal. So yung nagsisilbing weaker base metal is our insert tooth. Milltooth, I mean. Our milltooth. Then yung nagsilbing harder material is pertaining to the hard formation. Okay? Gets? So the high surface preparation such as detonation gun or gun velocity oxygen flow in which an alloy is deposited on a metal surface, usually by weld overlay to increase the abrasion and corrosion resistance. So this is somehow a preparatory procedure for this para prepared siya for that particular condition underneath the surface of our formation. Okay, so this one naman is yung insert. So medyo sharp, merong cases na sharp siya pero more of circular yung general shape niya or general attribute nung itsura or yung physical attribute niya. So medyo ganyan siya. So yung cutting elements po could be in a material of tungsten carbide. So ito yung common for insert bits, tungsten carbide. Yan, ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina, nagva-vary yung sharpness niya. But as you can see, halata naman na siya ay insert bit compared to a milltooth na literal na sharp siya, triangular in shape. Kita niyo naman yung difference, no? Okay, so for the roller bearing, it's pertaining to this one. A roller bearing can be found both in milltooth and insert type of roller cone. So for roller cone pala, parang kanina nababanggit yung effect scatter. But this is for roller cone, sa milltooth at sa insert, no? So as you can see, it has this truss. Yung in terms of the force or yung kanyang mechanism, it's more of a truss. Yung rotational truss, yung kanyang ina-exert for roller bearing, no? For journal bearing naman, you can already see the difference. So dito may roller, parang may bilog, parang roller pin tawag. Yan. Or roller bearing, specifically roller bearing. Dito naman, it's more of a journal, so it's kumbaga parang siya, two system lang, two plane systems. Ito meron pang mga anik-anik yung maliliit na components. Yung specifically yung nagpa-specify sa kanya is yung roller bearings or yung mga roller pins natin. Okay? Ito yung roller bearing, yung cylindrical in shape. Ito yung roller pins, yung bilog. Okay? So ito, more of simple lang siya. Plain, journal bearing. Okay? Nakikita niyo yung difference, guys? So I just want you to see the difference between the two types of it. Okay, for a bearing assembly, which could be journal or roller, a bearing is a device that sits between the cone and its attachment to the leg of the bit to reduce the force of friction as the cone rotates. So it's more of friction reduction, no? Roller cone bit bearings po must operate under severe conditions and temperature and load since it is subjected to these harsh environments, no? Kasi if you simulate the condition below the ground or yung sa borehole mismo natin, yung bit natin yung parang may direct contact with the formation, diga. So technically, these conditions such as high temperature, high loads, these loads can be subjected to stresses or geomechanical stresses. No? So technically, roller cone must operate at that certain conditions. Okay po. So kailangan ma-withstand niya yung mga harsh condition na yan. Roller cone bits use three types of bearing. We have the ball bearing, roller bearing, and the journal bearing. For the roller bearing, so meron tayong ball bearing. Ito yung roller pin. Yung ball bearing. So ball bearing and roller bearing is both present on a roller bearing. It could be mill tooth or it could be insert bit. Okay. Then last is the journal bearing. Some roller cone bits use all three. No, so meron din daw pong cases na lahat ng tatlo is present on that. So pero some use only roller and ball bearing. So this is specifically the example. May roller tayo, ito, tapos may ball bearing. Yung tinatawag, other term is roller pin. Gets po. So ito ay both cases. Meron po siyang roller bearing and also the ball bearing. Though technically, na-discuss ba ito sa ano? Dahil tech. So para lang kayo magka-idea with regards to the technology behind a bit, So it's more of a drill bit technology. So this bit also uses ball bearings as well as another set of small roller bearing near the end or nose of the cone. So meron different siya. So if we are to discuss all of this 171 slides, so we will be we'll have insufficient time for us to discuss this. So it's more of pinapakita ko lang sa inyo yung mga different concepts and mechanisms na pwede makatulong for us once we deal with the drilling engineering or drilling field during our career days in the near future. So yan, may mga kumbaga iba-iba yung design depending on the conditions. So I'll be kumbaga let's have a scan only of the slides or the preceding slides for this. So we'll be focusing on the concepts based on our lecture notes. So yung nga naulit lang dito. Actually, it reduces the friction and also it increases the RPM capacity. So pag nag-increase ang RPM capacity, not to the point na siya ay sobrang taas. So technically, it increases also the efficiency. Balik din Saan? Bakit? So yan. This is a sealed roller bearing system. So yan itsura niya. Let's just have a scan of this para magka-idea lang tayo. I'll be scrolling my mouse for you to see. Some of which naman ay nandito na saan. So let's focus na lang dito sa ating some of na ko is mafo-focus naman natin siya dito sa ating lecture notes. Okay. So aside from hard facing, so we have another common bit issue, which is yung threaded ring failure. So this threaded ring failure, as you can see based on the image, there's no definition, but based on the image, meron pa palang ball bearing retention. But let's focus muna dito sa threaded ring failure. So yung ating ring, actually dapat ito ay circular in shape, pero as you can see, hindi na siya perfect parang nagkaroon siya dito ng applied stress that causes it to parang naging flatten siya, hindi siya circular na naturally. So this one is more of nagkaroon ng failure doon sa ring or sa threaded ring. So this, as you can see also, nagkakaroon din ng wearing. Wearing is yung parang kumukupas yung mga teeth or yung mga component due to, syempre, merong mga formation sa sobrang tigas or sobrang hard. So it can wear yung ating bit, no. So during our calculation for this one, for chapter 2, we'll be focusing yun sa mga bearing constants. Yun. So, siguro we'll discuss that by next meeting, which is next week for our face-to-face class. Ano oras pala kayo magpunta school, guys? Para ma-distribute ko na itong ating lecture notes. Ano oras po kayo pa school? Pa-school? Yung iba nasa school, nakita ko sa video. Okay. So siguro mga 2, okay lang 2, mabigay ko na. Kahit 3 lalaki lang magbuhat. Kasi 3 box to. Eh, Miko, magpapunta ka lang dito ng 3 lalaki later. Mga 2. Okay lang. Okay, next, pabalik tayo. We have the ball bearing retention. So, yung ball bearing retention failure, literal, parang natanggal lang talaga yung ball bearing. Okay. So, sa halip na naka-retent or naka-stay, is natatanggal siya. Then, some of which is nawawala na lang talaga sa formation or napupunta sa formation. So, this can cause, problem. Actually, it can generate skin. Kung halimbawa siya ay nag-retent or doon na siya nag-stay sa formation itself. Okay. So, for cone design, all 3 cones have the same shape with number 1 cone have a spear point. So, meron tayo isang cone na kakaiba wherein it highlights its spear point. The basic factor to be decided is the journal and pin angle. So, yung journal angle na sinasabi is formed between the axis of the journal and the horizontal. Okay? So, yun yung definition of a journal angle. Meron kasi ditong angle na isa na i-focus natin, but siguro let's focus later on. One important factor po which affects the journal angle is the degree of meshing and or interfit. So it's the distance that the crest of the teeth of one cone extended into the grooves of the other. So it's pertaining to the adjacency of these teeth or yung mga ngipin ng ating cones. So may kinalaman siya doon sa kung paano siya na-design. So this is a specific cone design. So a cone design could be offset or skewed. So depending on the type of formation. For a formation, ito yung nagiging design. Actually, I cannot see some difference for this. Pero based on the description, may difference naman po siya. In terms of the offset angle, meron tayong 0 to 2 degree for the formation. It reduce yung ating gauge scraping kasi medyo malambot yung ating formation. It is also more durable kasi syempre mas durable siya kung mas malambot yung formation na inaano niya. However, it's slow drilling. So more of nagkakaroon ng dagkit kaya bumabagal yung drilling. Then also it is So hard formation to nakalagay. Siguro this is a typographical error or nagkapalit. Nagkapalit lang itong names niya. Kapalit. Ito ang hard, ito ang soft. Okay. So for soft formation naman, kapalit ba? Yeah, I think kasi ito ay or wala to. Anyways, the difference niya is that merong increase offset yung isa. So let's settle. Siguro since this is this fifth description is for hard and abrasive formation, ibig sabihin yung kasamahan niya is for hard formation. Lahat yan is for hard formation. So ito is for soft and sticky formation. So nagkapalit nga siya technically. So this is for soft or sticky formation. Less durable and faster drilling po siya. Then yung offset po natin, ang offset angle po natin is given as 3 to 5 degrees. Okay, for the cone profile, we have 2. We have the flat and cone, round cone profile. So for flat cone profile, meron tayong minimum bottom scraping, pero for the case ng round cone, increase po yung bottom scraping or yung pag-scrape natin doon sa formation mismo. For flat cone, it is more durable compared to a round cone. And for faster drilling, we are using the round cone kasi it's more of designed to soft and sticky formation. So kung soft and sticky formation is designed for faster drilling, so technically ito nga ay soft. So nagkapalit nga siya kanina. Okay. So for cutting structures, we have soft formation bits. These types of requires deep penetration into the rock, so the teeth are long, thin, and widely spaced. For medium formation, this is pertaining to the hardness ha. Yung medium hindi siya size, but it is more of the hardness. Soft, medium, and hard in terms of hardness. So for medium, required to withstand a heavier loads. So this is heavier compared to soft formation. For hard naman, this does not rely on tooth penetration, so the teeth are short than those used for softer formations. Maikli siya, pero kailangan siya ay strong enough to withstand the crushing and chipping action. Okay? So yung spacing of teeth daw po is less critical since yung ROP or the rate of penetration po natin is nababawasan. Siyempre, babawasan ng rate of rate of penetration or the ROP. So, yung atin pong cuttings are tend to be smaller. Lumiliit yung kanyang cuttings. Ang cuttings is yung yung rock na sumasama. Alam niyo yung yung rock, 'di ba, may teeth siya. So technically, rock, yung bit may teeth siya. Could be in the form of insert bit, it could be in the form of the PDC. So technically yung cuttings, lalo na kung siya ay soft, dumidikit siya sa mga teeth. So nagsisilbi siyang parang ngima nung teeth. Dumidikit siya So for this case na siya ay hard formation, ang tendency is nagka-crush siya into smaller cuttings. So hindi siya dumidikit, but maliliit or pino yung ating cuttings compared dun sa mga dumidikit na sticky and soft. Okay. For tooth cutter structure, yan. So we have here two different figures that shows one is used for faster drilling, one is used for slower drilling. So ano yung nakikita yung difference between the two? If you could notice, there are, in terms of the frequency or yung dami ng teeth sa slower drilling, that is used for a more durable formation or yung mga harder formation, mas madami yung teeth na involved. Okay? So pagtigas ng formation, pagdami ng teeth na kailangan sa bit natin. Pagbaba naman ng number of frequency of the teeth doon sa ating bit is mas designed po siya for a soft formation, wherein sa soft formation we can have or we can initiate a faster drilling, but it is less durable compared to the bit or to the drill bit designed for hard formation. Okay, and as you can see here, we have a structure comparison when it comes to the tooth cutter. So as you can see, soft to hard, yung nagiging lang natin, mas dumadami yung ating teeth. Kita niya, mas dumadami yung teeth niya sa pag-hard ng formation. Okay. So ito yung nabanggit ko sa inyo kanina, yung sa insert bit cutter structure. So I have already discussed this one. So nag-iiba-iba po yung kanyang nag-iiba-iba, depende. So sa soft formation, ganito yung ginagamit. For medium, ito. For hard, medyo rounded yung kanyang tsura. Ano yun? Okay, sorry for the interruption. Then, in terms of the fluid circulation, it's based more of the design of the jet nozzle, kung saan nakalagay yung jet nozzle natin. And also, it could be yung jet nozzle. Yung jet nozzle, siya po yung lalabasan ng drilling mud. syempre, habang nagro-roll itong ating cones, nagdi-drill tayo. So, may lumalabas po dyan na mud at specific value of or fixed volume of mud. So, it could be, yung design niya, it could be extended nozzle. So, for extended nozzle, in terms of the location, depende sa design ng bit. Okay. We have here for the fixed cutter bit, yung cutter material niya is a sheared revisited polycrystalline diamond compact. So meron yung kanyang cutter mismo sa taas is PDC or polycrystalline diamond. Then yung mismong body niya or yung majority of its body is made on tungsten carbide. No, yung tungsten carbide, though it is inorganic compound siya. Though inorganic compound siya, normally kasi pag inorganic compound, in terms of brittle siya, lalo na kung metal. Ito kasi medyo matigas siya, yung pagka-metal niya, or in terms of the property niya, malakas siya, or it can withstand high pressure and stresses or loads. No? Yeah. So ito yung pinakita ko sa inyo kanina, iba-ibang measurement for the diameter in terms of the PDC tooth. So depende kung ano yung laki niya. Then we have here the cutter back rake angle. So ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina ng specific angle na pag-focus natin. So for the cutter back rake angle, it's the angle of orientation of the cutter from true vertical. So this is a true vertical. So yung angle natin is measured by this gamma. So this is in a form of angle. No, so first, let's say for example we have 34 yung kanya. So kung ganito itsura niya, medyo siya. Sabihin yung angle niya is ito. So mas malaki yung angle niya. More than 60 to 70 yan. Ganun yung mga angle niya. No, so the lower the angle daw, the closer to the vertical the cutter is. So ito medyo na siya. Medyo horizontal na to. Ito kasi yung tinutukoy natin, itong part na to. So medyo pa horizontal na siya. Kaya medyo mas tumataas na yung value niya. So pag ganito, mas aggressive siya. No, pag mas mataas yung ating value for cutter back rake angle, mas aggressive siya in terms of the cutting and the chirping or the failure mechanism depending on the type of the bit. For body material, so it could be subdivided into two. If you could remember, we have for a fixed cutter bit, di ba, we have two letters na ginagamit, S and M. So one is for the steel body, another one is for the matrix body or yung tungsten carbide matrix. Though it is metal in nature, it is still erosion resistant. We also have a bit profile. For bit profile, I cannot see the resemblance of this one to C and this one to R. I think nagkakaroon lang siya ng difference dito sa part na to. Yan. Pag C, medyo siya, steep. Ito medyo curvy, yung R. Kaya siguro siya naging R. Hindi ko alam kung bakit C at R yung ginamit na letter. But you can see naman the difference. C, medyo pa ba ganun siya. Tapos R, medyo pa curve. Kaya siguro naging R at C. Who knows? Okay. So we have here for the cutter arrangement. For cutter arrangement, so it's depending on, first one, we have the cutter density. So it's comprised of, in terms of the load per cutter. No, so yung, kumbaga yung load na ina-exert ng isang cutter. And increasing the number of cutters and yet keeping the number of cutters small enough to allow a efficient cleaning of the face of the bit. Kasi one of the specific role ng drilling bit is to clean the hole. No, actually it also cleans itself. No, so using the nozzle, yun yung isa pang use ng nozzle para malinis niya yung mismong bit or yung pit ng bit para maalis yung mga cutting sa dumidikit. No? Next is the cutter exposure. So this is pertaining to the surface area exposed to the formation. Ha? And also, yung fluid circulation, yung kanina nating pinakita. Okay. So we also have the rock failure mechanism that is depending on the bit type. For the drilling mechanism for mill tooth could be gouging and scraping. Chipping and crushing naman for insert tooth. For PDC, more of a shearing. So shear is more of ganito yung itsura niya. So opposite direction. Then yung forces is acting upon an opposite direction but it's parallel with one another. Siguro yung for PDC is more of yung force, let's say the force of the diamond compact bit is on this spot. So there's an opposing force from the formation, kaya siya tinawag na shearing. And we also have ploughing for the natural diamond and grinding naman for impregnated diamond. Grinding, literally grinding. So it's more of technically available or technically mas viable po siya for harder formation kasi yung mechanism niya is grinding. Literally ginagrind niya yung hard formation. Okay. And as you can see here, we have a bit application spectrum. No? So if you want to increase the penetration rate, but in terms of the formation compressive strength, medyo malambot siya, medyo mababa yung compressive strength. Siyempre, you'll be using more likely PDC. So ito lang yung ina-explain niya. Siyempre, pagtaas ng formation compressive strength, which means harder yung formation. However, technically, babagal yung penetration natin in terms of the drilling or the drilling rate or yung ROP natin. So technically, mga impregnated or natural diamond yung gagamitin. So if something in between, we get or we tend to use or utilize mill tooth and insert depending on the situation. Okay. So ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina na WOB or the weight on bit. So WOB is required to overcome the compressibility of the formation. So once this threshold is exceeded, penetration rate daw po increases with WOB. However, there are some limitations for the WOB. First is the HHP or the hydraulic horsepower that is found at the bit. Yung HHP, if it is not sufficient, so it kulang in terms of the value, mas mababa siya sa expected, yung ating ROP is reduced by, first, we have the bit balling. So for bit balling, this is where the grooves between the teeth of the bit are clogged by formation cuttings. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina, na parang meron siyang clogs between the teeth. No. And next is also the bottom hole balling. So where the hole gets clogged up with fine particles. So yun naman pong ating formation at the bottom hole or at the specific location sa bottom hole, siya naman yung nakaklag by the formation or yung mga fine particles. Okay, so this is mainly more of grinding action for hard formation bits. Kaya nabanggit ko sa inyo kanina, ito pala dito to. So impregnated diamond mas applicable po siya for harder formation. And as you can see here, yan, yung impregnated diamond is for harder or yung may mataas na compressive strength na formation, which is hard, no? So it all makes sense. So for HHP, how can we compute for that? So HHP po is based on two parameters. First po is the pressure drop across the bit. And drilling hydraulics will be dealing with pressure drop across the bit in chapter 4. Then we also have the flow rate. Ano yung tinutukoy na flow rate dito? This is pertaining to the flow rate ng ating drilling mud, no? Or the fluids present doon across the bit. So most probably drilling mud, no? So the flow rate is pertaining in terms of the unit siya ay in gallons per minute. Then our pressure po across the bit is in PSI or pound per square inch. Okay, so may constant tayong ginamit na 1714. So just need to multiply the two parameters. Then you divide it by 1714 para ma-convert po siya into our given unit which is in HP or horsepower. Okay po. Okay, so let's move on here in the International Association of Drilling Contractor drill bit classification. So we have two types. For roller cone bit, ang atin pong 4 figure o yung ating code na ginagamit, we have the first three figure of the code is in numerical value, and the last one is in alphabetical value. So for example, we have 517. This 5, for the first numerical value present, this is pertaining to the cutting structure series. Okay? So it's numbered 1 to 8. So based on this table here, if the first number is categorized as 1, 2, 3, so ibig sabihin, it is classified as still 2. So in terms of its variety, mapa 1, mapa 2, mapa 3, depending po siya doon sa compressive strength or sa type of formation in terms of the hardness. Okay, so meron naman po siyang description per each. And since this one is 5, 5 is found here in the insert bit, and in terms of the description, it is applicable for soft to medium formation with low compressive strength. Okay? So ito naman po ay na-discuss na sa drill tech. So this is just more of a review. Then for the second numerical value, that's pertaining to the structure type or yung cutter structure type. So it's numbered 1 to 4. 1 being the lowest, this is referring or pertaining to softest formation. 4 being the highest, it's pertaining to the hardest formation. So yung 2 is for soft formation, yung 3 is for hard formation. 3 is for hard formation. Then 4 is hardest. Tapos ang 1 is softest. Okay. Then for the third numerical value, that's numbered 1 to 7. That's based on the bearing or gauge description. Since we are talking about the roller cone, so meron tayong bearing. No? Since 7 po iyan, meaning that siya po ay sealed friction bearing and it is gauge protected. Okay. So yun naman pong last figure dun sa ating code, which is alphabetical in nature, is pertaining po sa feature na available. So this is somehow optional. Since this is G, for our example, 517G, G po is pertaining to gauge and body protection. However, it's already redundant. It's redundant kasi it's already included in the third numerical value. So nasa descriptive na siya. Descriptive list. Okay, for the fixed cutter naman, mag-iiba naman yung case. Kung dito nauna yung tatlong numbers, dito naman mauna yung letter, then saka yung tatlong numbers. Sa letter, mamimiling lang tayo sa dalawa, S or M. Could be steel or matrix. This is depending on the body material. For the first numerical value naman, it's pertaining to the cutter density. For cutter density, we have here 1 to 4, and actually, this is typographical error. This must be 5. 5 to 8, no. So 1 to 4 is PDC. 5 to 8 is more of a diamond bit. So the lower the number, the lighter the set. So since this is 4, and it is on the series of a PDC, 1 to 4, and since it's the highest value, meaning this is the heaviest among the PDC series. Okay? Nagagets po. So for the cutter density. Next, so for cutter size type, that's pertaining to the second numerical value. Second numerical value natin is 3. Since this is classified already based on the first numerical value as a PDC, we are pertaining to this first set of description. So 3 po siya, ibig sabihin, yung atin pong cutter size and type is between 8 and 14 millimeter. No. So yun po yung kanyang size. And it is PDC. Kung halimbawa siya ay naging 1 to 4 din, pero pag siya, halimbawa ang second number ay naging 8 or 7. So technically it would be classified as a diamond bit. So kapag diamond bit naman, so nakadepende siya. Kung siya ay 8, so ibig sabihin that's pertaining to the heaviest among the set. Then kung ay 3 itong ating value dito. So it's pertaining to a combination of natural diamond and a thermally stable polycrystalline. May gets po. So kung yun ay nagkataon lang na 8. And last, numerical coefficient or numerical value is pertaining to the profile. So, yan ay 1 to 4 yung profile natin. 1 being the lowest, that's pertaining to flat profile. 4 being the highest, that's pertaining to long flank turbine style. And since this is 2, somehow it is slightly flat yung profile ng ating fixed cutter bit. Nagigets po. Slightly flat. Kaya siya slightly, hindi siya purely flat kasi hindi naman 1. Kung 1 yan, purely flat. Pero since 2 yan, so slightly flat siya. So kapag naman 3, slightly long flank turbine style. Questions? Nagigets po iyon? Gets ga? Sure, huh? Okay, so next. Okay, for the weight on beat and the ROP description. So we have here a specific graph that shows this too. So if there is a high HHP, you expect that the beat will have a higher ROP. So yun lang po yung description niya. So there is a direct relationship between the HHP and the ROP kasi in terms of the whole cleaning, in terms of the weight on beat, when you increase the weight on beat, actually yung trend niya naman is constant na pataas siya. However, yung direct na nakaka-apekto sa kanya is its hydraulic horsepower. Now, when we say hydraulic horsepower, it's the power that it can possess during the hydraulic mechanisms or hydraulic procedures. Okay, for roller cone bit, meron tayong weight on bit limitation. So it's depending on the formation type, kung siya ba ay abrasive, malambot, matigas. It also depends on the hole deviation, kung ang siya ba ay vertical, deviated, or siya ba ay slanted, or siya ba ay horizontal. Baka depende po siya. Kasi nagkakaroon kasi ng bending ng drill string. So technically, in terms of the roller cone bit, nagkakaroon ng limit in the weight on bit. So we account for the inclination, angle theta, denoted by angle theta. We have bearing life. For bearing life, this is more of quantified using the bearing constants. Later on, we'll be dealing with the bearing constants once we discuss this during our face-to-face meetings. Then for tooth life in hard formation with larger compressive strength, excessive weight on bit will cause the teeth to break. So this is pertaining to the life or yung meron din tayo mga parameters that we can use for tooth. Okay, next is also the rotary speed. The rotary speed will depend on the time taken for an individual tooth to exceed the threshold to penetrate and remove the cuttings. So the RPM or the revolutions per minute applied to the drill bit will be a function of. So it's based. So this would be the dependent variable, yung RPM natin. So yung independent variables natin na nagko-cause for the RPM or the dependent variable to change is based on the type of bit, type of formation, na-discuss ko na yan kanina. And as you can see, there is a direct relationship between the two, the ROP and the RPM. So pag tumataas yung RPM or yung rotation or the rotary speed, tumataas din yung ROP. That's technically obvious. Okay. We also have the mud properties. So in order to prevent the influx or yung tinatawag, ano ang term natin for this one? The influx of formation fluids. Ano yung term natin? Pa-type nga sa chat box kung nakikinig pa sa discussion. Anong term natin dito sa influx ng formation fluid? Okay, so the kick. So in order for us to prevent the kick sa wellbore natin, yung atin daw pong mud hydrostatic pressure should be slightly higher. Hindi siya sinabing higher ha, naka-highlight slightly higher. Hindi siya sobrang taas that it will cause fracture, hindi din siya sobrang baba na siya ay magkakos ng influx or the kick. Nagigets niya? Di ba na-discuss na natin yung relationship ng formation pressure and the hydrostatic pressure exerted by the mud. No. So yun po yun. No. So the overbalance of forces, the liquid part of the mud into the formation and deposit the solid part as filter cake. So nagkakaroon po tayo ng formation ng filter cake. Pag sinabing filter cake in terms of filtration, mahirapang mag-pass through yung ating fluid. So technically, it's beneficial at some cost kasi this filter cake will prevent the intrusion of these reservoir fluids from the formation papunta sa ating borehole. Also, it can prevent as well yung ating tinatawag na LC or the lost circulation. Okay? Naiiwasan yung lost circulation due to this filter cake. However, in the production phase, this filter cake somehow is detrimental. Bakit? Kasi since it is hindi nagkakaroon ng infiltration between the formation and the reservoir, ang tendency, lalo na kung siya ay pertaining to the filter cake present sa pay zone, ang tendency, mas bababa or mas tataas yung skin, mas bababa yung kanyang productivity index. Nakukuha? Nakukuha po. So in forest formation, this will lead to a thick cluster of being formed which prevents any further entry of fluids to the formation. So entry of fluids to the formation that's pertaining to the circulation. This also happens at the bottom of the hole where plaster affects cutting removal. So nakaka-apekto yan sa cutter removal kasi ang tendency dumidikit po doon sa ating filter cake yung ating sa halip na siya ay maalis, siya ay dumidikit lalo. So when the tooth penetrates the surface, the compressive strength of the rock is exceeded. Cracks develop which loosens small fragments of chip. So this chips is quantified or siya ay based on this two. We have the static and the dynamic chip hold down effect. No. Okay. So the hold down may occur when the cracks form around the chip and mud enters the cracks to equalize the pressure. So since meron difference in pressure, a tendency nagmo-move po, nagkakaroon ng motion doon sa ating mud which make it enter the cracks para ma-equalize yung pressure. Kasi yun naman po yung kumbaga equilibrium yung ating kasi there is a difference in pressure. No. So in doing so, the pressure drop is created which tend to hold the chip against the bottom of the hole. So nagkakaroon tayo ng parang equilibrium at this point. Na sa halip na magkaroon ng collapse, so nagkakaroon ng holding. No. So in general, both static and dynamic hold down effect causes bit balling, hence reduces the ROP. No. So nagkakaroon ng hold up dito or hold down, I mean. Sabihin, in some cases na siya ay nagkaka-hold up since the pressure at the formation or yung pore pressure na sinasabi, yung pressure na in-exert ng each pore spaces doon sa ating formation is somehow exceeding or somehow decreasing compared to the pressure exerted by the mud. So ang tendency is nagkakaroon ng imbalances doon sa pressure, and these imbalances can cause these problems such as bit balling, and this bit balling will further cause a reduction in the rate of penetration. So bumababa yung rate of penetration due to this so meron siyang initially meron siyang advantage itong hold down effect, but at greater longer, kumbaga, if we view it on a longer on a longer time frame, so you can see already that it can cause problem, So for fixed cutter bit, in terms of the WOB or the weight on bit and the revolutions per minute, so the basic trend po is that PDC bits drill faster with low weight on bit, mababa yung weight on bit niya pero high yung kanyang revolutions per minute. They also require the higher RPM than roller cone bits. So the general recommendation is that the highest RPM that can be achieved should be used. So gamitin or i-optimize natin yung highest RPM na magagamit when we are using PDC. So this bit also drills with more torque and RPM than roller cone bit. So it's more of a more work yung nagagawa niya. And the weight on bit should be sufficient enough to avoid the premature failure. So yung premature failure is pertaining to the failure na nangyayari even before mag-start yung ating drilling mismo. So generally, RPM po is increased when yung ating RPM ay tumataas, dapat ibinababa natin yung ating weight on bit. Okay. Question. Ito ay computations. Question po. Do you have any question? Diyan oras tayo. 1, no? Okay. Question po. Wala na.
Wala naman po.
Okay, thank you. So if you don't have any question, I think that would be all for our discussion for the concepts under chapter 2. So by next meeting, which is face-to-face, we'll try to have the computation for chapter 2 and chapter 3. Chapter 3 konti lang. Siguro, di ba, we'll have 2 meetings or 2 face-to-face meetings by next week. So the first meeting would be allotted for the computation of the second chapter. Then by the second meeting, we'll try to have a discussion of tatlo pala yung magiging meeting natin. Though yung isa is online technically kasi wala tayong room. And yung Monday, okay lang maghanap tayo ng room for the 10:30 class. Hanap lang tayo room para hindi na lang kayo uwi. So, we'll try to do that na maghanap na lang room for the 10:30 class. Then, by Tuesday siguro ay mag-discuss na yung chapter 3. So, doon sa 10:30 class, try natin na discuss na yung concepts ng sa drill string. Then, for Tuesday meeting ay yung or kung matapos tayo, pwedeng mangyari ay yun, ang gagawin ko kasi, sa halip na mag-prelim tayo, is gawin na lang natin siyang, nasabi ko na sa inyo, hindi pa. Possible na gawin ko na lang is, for prelim, sa halip na tayo mag-prelim assessment, ay yung prelim assessment natin will serve as yung inyong title defense for the final project. So, by now, you'll have di ba nag-group ko na kayo? Sino nga ang walang pang-group? Kindly pasend nga ako or maglagay kayo ng chain message doon sa ating GC. Then ilagay niyo yung mga groups niyo. Yung sa lahat ng mga groups natin. Kahit siya hindi in order, basta merong groups na by 5. Basta yung maximum po is 5 members per group. Then if accomplish yun, so after that, saka i-add yung dalawa, si Jeric at si Joylyn. Then, ang mayayari is by next week, next week, which is week 5, we'll have a schedule of the defense. So that's yung isa na naman yung inyong may major exam, di ba? Isa lang, res-eng, prelim. May prelim ba kayo sa res-eng? So yun. So ang gagawin natin is sa halip na preliminary exam ay title defense. No. So yung syempre itatrack pa din natin yung ating topics. Dapat ay walang pare-parehong topics and as well as yung borehole problem na gagamitin. So more of a title defense lang siya. So it's just siguro mga 5 to 10 minutes lang yung presentation. So kayo ay 10 groups. So technically that's siguro mga less than 3 hours tapos na lahat ng groups. Okay. So siguro lang tayo hanap lang tayo ng schedule na available lahat. So that's probably Monday and Tuesday. Kasi yung iba nag-OJT na for Wednesday and Thursday. So Most probably Monday ng week 5 or Tuesday ng week 5. So I'll just update you with regards to the time. Now, then i-stop share ko nang distract ako sa another one. Yun. By next week, no, Tuesday, nung before tayo mag week 5, that's week 4 na Tuesday, which is face to face. Let's try to have a quiz before tayo mag ano, sa halip na prelim quiz na lang. So, in terms of ano, para lang meron tayong assessment na with regards dun sa mga calculations na na-discuss natin or madidiscuss natin for this week as well as the next coming weeks. Okay. So, yun. Yun na yung magiging setup natin for that. Okay? Para for the whole semester, we'll have 3 quiz. Next week, Tuesday. Bali by Monday, dapat matapos na natin yung discussion ng chapters 1 to 3. Okay? So, basically, yung quiz is about chapters 1 to 3 lang. Okay po? Clear po tayo doon? Okay, so if you don't have any questions, I think that would be all for this week. No, so since we've already have a meeting yesterday, so I won't be meeting you by Thursday already for our online meeting. So let's call it a week and a day. Thank you po for attending our class. See you all next week.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you po, sir.